The entire team at Emsolation want to acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri people. We want to recognise that we are recording and telling our stories on the stolen land of our country's first storytellers. We wish to pay our respects to all Wurundjeri elders and ancestors, and to extend that respect to any First Nations peoples who listen to Emsolation. We recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples' continued connection to the land and waters of this country, and acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded. Always was, always will be.
Emsolation.
Dirty. Could have just come from sex or the gym. Who knows? Who cares? Both.
And Michael Lucas.
And as the person that did write Dr. Patrick's death, I know you need to be very clear about when you've had a head injury. But I had it.
This is Emsolation.
He seems very... Oh, okay. Yep, that's a blowjob. Oh. And all of a sudden, I'm basically in an orgy in a change room.
Are the gays okay?
Well...
You're in Emsolation.
Yes, what a crisp clap. Well, I sit here with a man who was rear-ended so epically he ended up in emergency, hit from behind so hard he got literal whiplash, took it in the rear with such force that the person in front of him was injured.
It does sound like a Michael Lucas film.
Hi, gay.
But before we get to that, welcome to Emsolation. My name is Em Raciano. I'm a writer, a singer, a stand-up comedian, a maximalist power queen, a neurodivergent magic brain and a podcaster. And together with my best friend since I was 11, award-winning screenwriter and recently injured in a terrifying ordeal,
I prefer to call myself a rear-end survivor.
Michael Lucas.
Thank you.
I bring you this podcast every week. Darling. As he sits there in his Jennifer Lopez jumper with a crisp shirt collar.
Yep.
Talk me through the choice of blue peeking out the top
I
there.
know, because it doesn't match that.
In any way.
No. Should I put it
okay.
under?
No, I love it. It's very neat, schoolboy. I like it.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Tell everybody of your ordeal. Should I have Zeke put in some thunder and lightning or something? Like, what happened? I did get a text saying I'd been epically rear-ended. That was the highlight of my day.
Yeah. It was deeply unsexy, though, I'm sorry to say.
Tell us
I was
everything.
driving to the set of the newsreader. We were, for once, working a pretty standard day, so it was peak hour morning.
And we are in the dying stages.
Yes, that's the last week. It's the exhaust, and the last weeks of production are particularly exhausting because you remember all of these things, like you need pickup shots, and also all of a sudden everyone decides, hey, we better get all the press kit interviews, and all, so it's bedlam. And also anyone that hasn't visited wants to visit. It's crazy.
Wait, are we allowed to visit?
Well, no, I meant like.
Can I just drop in?
I meant more investors and things like that.
I'm an investor.
Are you?
Excuse me. I am an investor. How much of my life has ended up in that fucking show? I am more than monetarily invested.
It was invested, some would say not even with consent.
It's correct.
I was meaning more executives and such, but...
Okay,
look,
fine. Noted.
Sure.
Continue.
Anyway, and I was on Racecourse Road and I was waiting humbly to turn left, completely stationary in a line of traffic. And it was just one of those times where you look in the rearview mirror going, that white van looks like it's not going to... And then, this van behind me just didn't even brake at all.
You're joking.
And slammed into me. I slammed into
into the company Lexus.
That's right.
Your car, I call it the company
Lexus. So it was my late father-in-law had a Lexus.
It's very old.
It's very old.
It's
old man. Well, let's talk... Well, anyway,
wait,
side quest.
Yeah. Wait. When have we ever stopped a side quest?
Okay.
So in Beyonce's song, Texas Hold'em, she mentions Lexuses. And I said to Chella, didn't I say to you, I wonder how much Lexus has paid her? Because when she said Hermes bags are out, Chanel is in, Chanel's bags pretty much doubled in price. Thank you, I own two. So she has the capability to skyrocket a brand.
Well.
What did you find out?
Well, firstly, I have to say it was a creeping realization because this will sound naive, I thought she said Lexus because it rhymes with Texas. It's not that is what I thought. And I did. What? And I was a bit like, maybe there's some sort of country music resonance with Lexus that I am unaware of.
Oh, yeah, so many Lexus pickup trucks driving around.
Yeah. No, look, but then there was a slow, and then I started seeing things like, is that Spono? Has Beyoncé put a line of Spono in the chorus
Do you know how
of
many
a
songs
number
of
one?
hers have lines
I
of
know.
Spono?
And then, but I thought, surely not, surely not, surely not. And then all of a sudden, I'm looking at her mother Tina's Instagram, as I want to do. And she's out there going to rodeos and going on, I'm just getting in the Lexus. And I was like, what? And then I Googled Lexus Beyonce. Lexus sponsored the Renaissance tour and produced a chrome Lexus. Like, Beyonce, she might be a capitalist.
What are you saying?
And also Jay-Z apparently puts Lexus in a lot of his songs. How much?
How much?
I hope she tied how much money they give her to how well that song's done, because it's gone number one all around the world. So
I feel like at this point, wouldn't you just be like take ownership shares in all the companies you mentioned? There's no monetary amount they could pay.
Well, and then there's that later song in Summer Renaissance when she's like Balenciaga.
Yeah.
She just name checks.
Yes.
How much is she getting for each name? But I feel like having it in the actual chorus
I love
is
it. Respect. And it rhymes
next level. And don't get me wrong, Beehive, love her. She walked into the middle of the Super Bowl in a Black Panther.
Yeah.
She's fierce. She's great. She knows how to make some money,
Good.
clearly.
Good. Get that cash money. I love it, but I also love that you only just figured that out.
Anyway, I was in a Lexus.
Is the company Lexus okay?
Well, I have to say, not to sound, and just to be clear, unlike Beyonce, I have not signed this up. Actually, I felt like the Lexus did pretty well because it was, the boot was bashed in and the front was bashed in.
Again, want to point out, over 20 years old, this car.
Yes,
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
But the whole cabin was pretty good.
And it's got a white leather interior.
And it was in the middle of peak hour and everything like that. And I did have to drive it a little further to get it.
Tell me you're
away.
gay without kids and animals without telling me you're gay without kids and
A
animals.
white leather interior.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, don't forget, it was my father-in-law's.
Immaculate Italian.
Immaculate Italian. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it was pretty nasty, particularly for the
You took it hard from behind.
I took it hard from him, but also all her airbags went off.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Oh yeah,
You're
and
right.
she was really clearly in shock, and she was thrown so hard the belt broke the skin. It was bad. Ooh. And also, fuckwits on the road.
Fuckwits on the road.
Everyone
If I've said it
was-
once, I've said it 1,000 times.
Well, look,
Fuckwits
obviously,
on the
I
road.
actually don't mean her. I mean, obviously that was terrible, and I don't know what she was doing. But
Oh, I do.
The number of people beeping and yelling at us.
Fuckwits.
Because I guess because her van was quite big, they couldn't see what had happened.
And they think
until
you're
drove
just
around.
stopping for a chat in the middle of peak hour.
Yeah, yeah. And they, like, honestly, we had people, like, yelling abuse at us at the... Anyway, that really got my goat.
He can't commit to saying anything because literally I'm sitting here with Vampire from the Crypt zombie.
I know.
He cannot move. He's in so much pain. Even laughing.
It's hard.
It's hard when your best
Yeah.
mate's a stand-up comic because now all I want to do is try and make you laugh to get the reaction.
Totally. Anyway, but weirdly, I also had, like, big adrenaline afterwards because she was in shock. I'm like, we're okay.
And you hit the woman in front.
Oh, yeah.
3 cars.
Oh, she came out and abused me too.
Oh, fuckwits on the road.
No, she didn't abuse me. She's like, did you not see me? And I'm like, did you not see that I got blamed?
Lady, look behind us.
Yeah. No, and then she was great. But I did okay. I got all the details. Not like me. Administration, not a strong point. But I got, like, her license. I got her registration. I took pictures. I did it all.
Oh, and you were fine. You were sprightly.
I was sprightly
I'm
and I
out of
drove
this.
to work. And then I'm, like, up on set going, yeah, okay, let's talk about it. What's this shot about? And then at a certain point, I'm like, oh, my God, if I try and move my neck, I am in excruciating intense pain so bad I want to vomit. And so then at the nurse's behest, I left set and went to the physio.
Oh, my God. Now, why did you... And you know what I was most impressed with? I said to you, how did you get into your physio so quick? I'm sold.
No, I was so lucky. There was a midday appointment just
lucky.
sitting there. Must have been a cancellation.
It takes us weeks to get into
Yeah,
my
it
physio.
was great.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you didn't go to emergency though. I'm
No.
concerned about this.
Well, I didn't lose consciousness or anything like that.
doesn't
And I was
matter.
immediately afterwards, I was really fine. I just started to sink at a certain point. I know. And as the person that did write Dr. Patrick's death, I know you need to be very clear about when you've had a head injury. But I hadn't. I also, full disclosure, had a pre-existing neck thing.
Which was
almost resolved, but clearly. Anyway,
Yep.
had a lovely afternoon, not so lovely, sitting there at home. And then, yes, as you mentioned, if I stay like this, it didn't hurt. The problem is lying
He means
down.
when he says this, he's absolutely still.
Yeah.
His eyeballs are slightly moving left and right, but everything else is like complete.
Poor Adrian tries to show affection, and like this morning I'm like, just touch my shoulder. And then he said, touch my shoulder. And then he left, and then he kissed my cheek, but it did just nudge the head, and that is the worst, to try and tilt it that way. And I was like, ah! It's romantic.
Oh, wow. Wow, you really, I do understand. I feel for you. I have a neck injury once a month if I sleep funny, so I get it. But just go easy on it. You'll be fine.
Oh, I'm good.
And that's the story of Michael's epic
rear ending.
Also, he said nudge to the head and no one said anything.
Ah! It was more than a nudge.
Hi, gay.
Plowed the head.
More than the tip.
Yeah.
The whole thing. I have been obsessed with a little show called The Gentleman.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about it because it's all I can talk about. I've become that person, you know, that episode of Seinfeld, you got to see the baby.
Yeah.
You've got to watch The Gentleman.
Yeah.
Because I can't think of anyone it won't appeal to. It ticks every box for anybody, except I'm not great with violence. And there's a bit in that. But for some reason, because it's so kind of quirky, stylized, Guy Ritchie, back it to the good old days, Guy Ritchie, like pre-Madonna.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone can get on board with this. And Theo James, I mean, this will be my second episode talking about Theo James. Oh my God. There's something about him. Now, your husband and I have been watching it, but you have not. What have you got against Guy Ritchie? Is this some kind of Madonna thing? Like, are you resisting because you feel loyalty?
My first answer is legitimately, I've just been working such crazy hours, I'm not watching anything. But if I am honest, yes, if I search my heart and soul, I do feel like there's some Madge loyalty.
Gay.
But also, I do take a bit of coaxing because he has made a lot of shit for a long time. But I obviously respect you and Adrian, and also you and Adrian, in some ways your tastes align, but in some ways they don't. So to have both of you be into it makes me think, okay.
Yeah, it's so great. And I can't even tell you why. And it is back to Lock, Stock, Days and Snatch. It's just got that effervescent kind of cheeky English lad about it, which he's really lacked with everything he's made since. And even the movie it's based on, I couldn't get through 20 minutes of that movie because Charlie Hunman attempting to be Irish was so offensive. So I gave up on it because I went to watch the movie after I watched the series.
So he directed the movie as well?
Yes.
How did the movie do well?
No.
How did he get a Netflix series out of a flop movie?
I do not know.
But it's worked.
But it is so... And the movie casting, Hugh Grant trying to play a Cockney guy when his posh accent, it was just really all the accents for me. But it was bad. It's got like 3.5 on IMDb. It's not good. And I couldn't sit through it. But this works. The casting is fantastic. And it is The Crown.
Who else have we got but Theo James?
Theo James, Gerard Butler.
Oh, yeah.
He plays the groundskeeper who's hectic.
Yeah.
The girl from Skins, so I can't remember her name. The guy from... they're all kind of people you recognise but couldn't name check. Except for... The guy from Lovesick, the kind of dishevelled... Really funny. Yeah. I can't think of them all, but you'll see
Vinnie Jones.
Vinnie
Oh,
Jones.
of
No,
course, the Guy Ritchie staple.
sorry, I don't mean Gerard Butler. I meant Vinnie Jones.
Oh, okay, got. Yeah, no,
Hey,
makes
wait,
sense.
was Vinnie Jones in my season of The Masked Singer? Oh my God, he was, and he went
You've
first.
shared the stage, but you've never met him.
He's so good in this as the groundskeeper, and
Yeah.
the mother also, the mother with the incredible blue eyes. What's her name? Michael will know her from something. The older, she's the mother.
Is it Chanel Cresswell?
Do you know her? Could have done my research. But
Thomasina? Is that the...
I'll be honest. I'm just focused on Theo.
Yeah, right.
From the moment you lay eyes on him, there's something, I was explaining it the other day to our extra people, you weren't here. There's something 80s dirty, George Michael, Tom Selleck,
Yes, I know what you
double
mean.
sex about him.
Yeah.
It's old school sexy.
Yes.
I can't explain it, but there's something tight jeans, aviator, leather jacket, Top Gun
Whiff
sex.
of hairspray, maybe.
Yeah, musky, like just...
Yeah.
And sexuality rocks said, but I wouldn't be surprised if
Your
he ever...
first stirrings of attraction, maybe, are encapsulated in this look.
And there's just something about it. And then you hear him talk like with this distinguished English accent and it's just a beautiful like, oh. And the first kind of shots you get of him are in full army getup with beret and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And then you get him in tight suits for the rest of and then it's just like, yes. I don't know. This done something to me and I'm ready. I'm ready for it. And I became obsessed with consuming it. Every waking moment. And I haven't had a TV show like that in so long. I was like, oh, I can watch The Gentleman. Oh,
Yeah.
my God. And then my dad's into it. My cousin Dave, like he's the straightest person you've ever met in your life. He loves it. Because I'm going up to people going, you got to watch The Gentleman. You got to watch it.
Yeah.
So to
I'm glad
everybody-
you're evangelist for it.
I am.
Will I buckle? I will.
Of course you will. You're not like me.
No. Yeah, totally. I know.
The other movie... and
By
we
the
will
way,
be-
I just want to say, just quietly, I'm going to predict that specific brand of 80s sexiness you talk about, this is a long pitch forward, but I think we've got a character in the newsreader this season that has nailed that, and I can't wait to show you.
I think I know who you mean.
Yeah.
The thing.
But you haven't seen moving footage yet.
No, just stills. Good.
I really think I have. Leather jacket, jeans,
Good.
hair.
Dirty. Could have just come from sex or the gym. Who knows? Who cares? Both.
Sex in the gym.
Sexy gyms. Oh, my God. Speaking of sex at the gym,
As so often we do.
I was at the pool the other day, at the local pool to us here, and there were gays blatantly having relations in the toilets. And I was like, I am a hashtag ally. But there are families here, men, gents, and they were big, burly, hairy dudes in Speedos. There was a whole crew of them, and they were walking around all roided up. And I'm sitting there like, I went to the pool to do some laps, and then I was kind of reading for a bit. And I was sitting near the men's toilets, and it was in the middle of their day. Like, it was 2 p.m., sir. And so they're walking around all kind of, and I was living. It was great. It was big 80s roided hairy gays with Speedos. Yes, please sign me up. That's my genre of gay.
Yeah.
And so I'm like enjoying it. And then they kind of disappear. They go off to the toilet, and I'm going, okay, they're taking a long time. Okay. And then I'm trying
The
not.
fact that you're monitoring
And
their time.
I was, because I was so close to the toilet. And I don't know why I positioned myself at that particular pool, which does have, I
I would have loved it if you went up going, do you need a laxative or something? I've got every drug you can need.
pretty much.
If it's too runny or too whatever.
Whatever you need. And so I'm sitting there going, And then they walk out. And then one of the guys in the pool comes up to him and says, oh, what happened in there? There's a bit of ha-ha-haing. And then they just walk straight into the pool. Nary a rinse off. Oh. They just gone, do whatever's going on in the toilets, who am I to imagine? But I imagined. And then they come out, they talk about it, rah, 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 ha, ha, ha. And then they walk straight into the pool. It's like those dirty old men at the Health and Leisure Centre where I go, where they get out of the sauna and jump straight into the pool.
Yeah.
Sir.
Did you see that Northcote Pool is shut down, the kiddie pool, because there's some sort of chlorine-resistant super bug.
Superbug.
Yeah, was in there, and so they've had to. Was front page of The Age.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm still swimming in the main pool.
Pool etiquette. People, you talk about fuckwits on the road, fuckwits at the pool. I used to, unfortunately, have to lifeguard and swim teach at a pool. I've seen I will tell you, the worst of humanity exists at public pools.
Yeah.
People treat that place like their own personal bathroom. It is disgusting.
So, but is your ultimate message to the LGBTQI community, is it don't have relations there, or is it if you do have relations, rinse off before coming back?
I feel like it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
I feel like
I don't love you having relations,
ally.
but if it happens,
I fought for your right to be. You're like, I'm Marsh. I am the queer community. So adjacent. Look, I'm queer. I obviously am. I'm sure it's coming. Whatever. Do the sex. Have the sex. Epically rear end. But just maybe not 2 o'clock at the pools where there's a bunch of families. There's a swimming lesson happening nearby. And maybe rinse off. I was just in there going, sir. And I wanted to go up and say to them, guys, I mean, hashtag ally, but come on.
When we were travelling around the UK, because swimming's my favourite exercise, and so, but London's not known for its pools.
No,
they're all like 25-metre indoor, and so I was really struggling to find one that I could live with. And then I went to one particular one, unbeknownst to me, I was wandering into a massive gay beach. And it was one of those ones where I realised it just a little too late. So it's like, oh. And
like
I think
if I
also
swam in the pool, I'd get pregnant.
And I think I needed to shower and everything because we were going to the theatre that night. And I was pretty much going straight from there. And I'm getting changed. I'm like, oh, goodness. Oh, yes. Everyone's very comfortable being naked. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Oh. He seems very... okay. Yep, that's a blowjob. Oh. And all of a sudden, I'm basically in an orgy in a change room.
Are the gays okay?
Well,
What's happening?
This has always been a part of the culture.
No, hashtag ally.
Beats.
I get it.
Yeah. Beats would not work for you. That would be... You are a gay man trapped in a woman's body, but tell you what, there's no way you are going to the dog park at 1 a.m.
No, sir.
to lie in the dirt
Absolutely not.
and have sex
The
with a stranger.
sensory issues alone.
I know.
I have too many sensory issues to be a beat gay.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
No, well, I mean, I think it's kind of like would only work for you if you're able to harness that into your attraction, which I don't see happening for you.
Is the beat as popular as it was in the 80s?
Well, breaking news, and I don't know why I'm acting like I
Hang
have.
on a minute. Yeah. What's breaking news?
Apparently, it's making a resurgence.
Hi, gay.
Really?
A post
Beats are back.
COVID.
You heard it here first.
Beats are back.
Beats are back.
Because COVID obviously led to an explosion of app use. And like obviously, you know, over the past decade, app use has grown and grown and grown until it became like all consuming.
Oh, app use. I thought you were using a word I'd never heard before.
Oh, you're
He's
nodding.
so smart.
Yeah.
When you said abuse, I was
Yeah,
like,
you've heard of
oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah. It's like a popper.
You're
No,
so
I'm
much
kidding.
smarter
No.
than me because I know most words, but abuse. And I nodded and then I wanted to ask you what it meant. But you said
App use, yes. And then obviously in COVID, that was pretty much all that was happening.
This is so nice. So they're going back to the good old days.
Back to the apparently, and I hasten to add, I have not intentionally wandered into it. Although one time, quite
There's
potently,
a
unintentionally.
few famous old school beats around us. Like the opposite our parents' work was a very famous
Yes,
beat.
very, very much
Yes,
so. Yes,
like I'm pretty sure as a child I walked past quite a few rustling bushes.
but I hear that
nurse.
I hear that there is a certain energy, a certain je ne sais quoi that you can only get from like the problem with like an app is that, you know, there's still that dialogue, that communication. It can't bring it back to the pure of like, I see you, I don't know anything about you, we'll never say a word to each other,
Okay.
except for maybe a word of consent and boundaries or whatever.
Yeah.
And this is on. And people, particularly post-COVID, were hankering for that. So apparently beats are back.
So the fact that beats are back means STIs are back too. So enjoy that, guys.
Well, you can be safe at a beat.
Thank you for your breaking news. How? Show me your. You think? Look,
The same way you can be safe in any
I don't want to
situation.
say, you know, I understand the machinations of a beat.
No.
But I feel like it might kill the mood if one asks for your HIV status.
Can I just
And-
say a great dance music song would be Machinations of a Beat. You should write it.
I will. I don't even know why we were there. How did we
The
end up
pool.
at Beats are back? Oh, the pool. So I just want to. Why were we at the pool? Why were we?
No,
why,
I see.
why
I
were
can't
we-
remember. I talked about Northcote Pool being shut down, but that was springing off the actual
No,
pool.
but why did we get to the pool?
Oh, it's related to the particular style of man.
Theo James thing.
the gentleman.
hot.
Oh, and
Great.
then I said there's a new character in the
Yeah.
newsreader that we're targeting that particular.
Got it.
Yeah.
Good. Oh my God, we found our way back. Thank God. Now there's another movie I want to talk about, and we will talk about it at length. But Anne Hathaway has a new movie coming out.
She certainly does.
What's it called? Just the Thought of You?
The thought,
Sorry,
the
what is it?
idea of you.
Based on a very popular book. And I just want to say, I feel like we are ushering in a new era of movie genre, thirsty middle-aged women.
Yeah.
And Anne
I
Hathaway...
feel like you've been one of the main ushers in
Thank
this
you.
situation.
I am the head usher, lead
Yeah,
in my vest
yeah.
with a torch. Right this way, everybody. I cannot. I just want to categorically state this movie already means so much to me.
Yeah, she's practically choking. Her throat is closing up with the passion. She can never sing again.
This is so smart, and I want to. And I've been shouting from the rooftops: make content for women of a certain age. We are here. We are geared up. We are ready. We are thirsty. We have the necessary funds to do what we need to do. We like the kids are a bit older. Saddle up, and finally,
Someone has listened to you. Although, did you have an initial moment of thinking, oh, are we already saying Anne Hathaway's middle-aged?
Yeah.
Okay, big time, I did. I mean,
No.
she's the Princess Diaries, and that was made, 2.5 years ago?
no. That aside, despite whatever her actual chronological age is, she's fucking hot.
She's hot.
Yeah, and if they're trying to say to me that this young man is somehow punching down,
Oh, no, exactly.
like
Also,
put in like I'm trying to think of a character. Put in a character from what's a disheveled movie, middle-aged exhausted mum, like you know Malcolm in the Middle, that woman, that mother. Put
Yes.
her in that character.
Megan Mullally.
Yeah,
that would be amazing. You would watch it. Have some balls, Bette Midler.
yes, Emma Thompson.
That would be. Oh no, well she's done it.
I know, and that's out on Netflix right now.
And that's a great film.
Let's just recommend that. We've talked about it before. What is it? We wish you well,
I want to
Leo.
say.
What is
Good
it? I
luck,
tell
Leo
you, watched
Grande.
it. Good luck, Leo Grande.
Yeah.
It is. Go on to Netflix if you're looking for something. If you're at a loose end Saturday night and you want to watch something glorious, full frontal nudity from Emma Thompson with a male
And her male
gigolo.
co-star.
Yep. Great.
And it's about a woman who has been married for decades and was a virgin before she got married, only ever slept with her husband. Her husband has passed away now and she's never had an orgasm, so she hires a sex worker to provide it. And it's about their relationship and it's made by an Australian Sophie Hyde.
It's beautiful.
It's Good Luck to You, Leo Grande.
Good luck to you, Leo
so
Grande.
close.
And that filmmaker is back in Australia right now making a film with Olivia Colman, who is doing an Australian accent.
And is she nailing it?
I don't know.
Okay.
But,
Good cyclist.
yeah.
So the idea that Anne is somehow some kind of, decrepit, befangled.
41. She's 41.
Yeah, she's amazing. But the idea...
And you'd cast her as 30 if you needed to. It's fine.
She looks incredible.
Oh, you put on a school uniform, I'd buy it.
And totally. Well, she could play Rizzo. She's the right age. Stockard Channing was.
She looks about 5 years younger than Stockard Channing.
The greatest trick Hollywood ever pulled was convincing us that John Travolta was 17 in Greece. I love it. So the premise of the film is Anne Hathaway is, she's an art dealer. I think. Yeah, and he's the lead singer of a boy band.
Yes.
And they...
She's taking her daughter. Apparently, the father was meant to take the daughter to a music festival to see this One Direction-esque band, and then the father couldn't for some reason. They're separated. And so she takes them, and then in the kind of wacky shenanigan that seems like exactly the naff kind of thing I would write, she's looking for the toilets, and she stumbles into his trailer.
Oh, yeah. And he is the boy from Cinderella.
Everything, apparently.
And he's also in Mary and George, the TV show I'm Making My Way Through, gay.
And he's also famously in Red, White and Royal Blue, which is how all the gays know him.
And he's gorgeous. He's so attractive. He's got the lips and the jawline. And, so they meet.
And he can sing. I don't know whether he's a singer, but he can sing. No.
He's a vocalist.
Yeah.
We really have to dedicate an extra episode to defining the roles. And we're going to have to get Sean Donahue in.
I think it's right, but are you going to go on the record?
Yes, I will. We need to do the categories. People want to know. We get asked all the time if someone's a singer.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. But this guy's not a singer.
Okay. I don't know whether you should. Okay. All right. I'm just going to say, someone posed us the question, is Pink a singer? Are you prepared to see? Look. Controversy.
We can see your face.
Do you know what?
She's got a great voice.
I'm not a singer.
No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think that's important to clarify.
I am not considered a singer.
Tone for days.
Yeah. I've got tone for days, but I would not reach singer status.
But we put a level between singer and vocalist. We were saying there's like...
They can sing.
They can sing. Or
Okay.
S-I-N-G.
Singer.
Yeah.
Or S-I-N-G hyphen A.
Yes, but singer is...
Yeah, it's upper echelon.
Whitney level.
So in the category below singer are people like Alicia Keys, Pink,
John Legend.
To be clear, we've put Queen Beyonce...
Singer.
She's singer.
Oh, Beyonce is singer. Mariah Carey, singer. Aretha Franklin, singer. That's the level. Etta James, this is where we're...
Kylie Minogue.
Entertainer. She's an entertainer.
Strong mover.
No.
We never even, can I just say, when I was away, we never even talked about Madge and Kylie go together on stage together. That passed. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We can't go back there now. No.
I wish I cared more.
It's 5 years ago.
I tried to care.
Really?
I did. I really tried to care more. But I don't know. I really respect Kylie, but I miss that. There's a gene missing in my gay gene that just doesn't get drawn to Kylie.
Not even when singing I Will Survive with Madonna?
And you would think.
You would.
You would think that would switch on some long dormant. Did not. I loved it.
Did you like that she wore the
T-shirt,
Madonna?
homage. I love that she knew she was a guest in Madonna's house.
Yeah.
I love how she was bowing to the Queen, how Kylie played it so perfectly, so Australian. It was the perfect moment, but it didn't excite me. Also, maybe part of it is that it did hit us all that we're not going to see this tour. That's the harsh reality we all faced that day.
You said there was still a part of you at that stage that thought it was going to happen.
Until it's over, until she doesn't take the stage anymore, I'm still holding out a chance that you might say to me, bitch, Get your stuff, get
now.
your passport. We can make it. I'm still hoping that you could make that happen.
All right.
But anyway, the horny Anne Hathaway movie is coming, and we are so excited. And when I say we, I mean me and Chella.
No, I'm excited. I am excited because apparently I've looked at all the reviews and apparently they're saying, in fact, some have said classic rom-com.
Can I ask a question? Is Anne Hathaway married, single, partnered, divorced, separated?
Married.
Is she though?
Calma.
Calma. Is she?
Also, side note, he's in Bottoms too, which did very well with Ayo Edebri.
He is really on a hot streak at the moment.
Yeah, I'm
So glad an obscenely attractive young white
White man.
straight dude has finally got a look in.
all right.
Well, surely he's played so many.
No.
Is he queer?
He's a lot
first
of queer
Google I did,
roles.
identified as straight, says, I'm so
Really?
happy, and so many of my queer friends have said how much it means to them that this film's been made, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Well, he needs to
But
stop
he
being
did
cast
Red,
in
White,
queer
and
roles.
Royal Blue.
I know.
Where do you stand on that as a queer person? Straight people not openly saying I'm straight and taking queer roles.
No, I
You know, it's a hard one, isn't it? Because people can't declare if they don't want to.
no, exactly.
can't
It's
assume
complex
someone's
and,
queer.
and
Because there's a real line in the sand for a lot of people around
Yes,
that.
I recognise there are some people, but for me, I don't think it's the same as race and or
Yeah.
or for trans representation where and
He's uncomfortable. His neck's starting to twitch.
so I think it's case by case. Well, the way that I think about it is, I feel like if you are casting a gay role, you'd be mad not to particularly look at queer actors because they're going to be able to bring a look. But ultimately as well, often particularly if you're doing a relationship, you're looking for the best chemistry and that. So I think it's more complex, but.
Do you know what I want to do one day? I want to seriously, you and I sit down and discuss what do we do with the vast and impressive music catalogue of Michael Jackson? How do we reconcile that? Can you separate the art from the artist?
Pop Pantheon's just done an episode on this. Have you listened to it?
No.
Literally just on that. And Kanye, the two of them together.
Oh.
What do we do with it?
What do we do with it? I need to think more about it because for me with Michael Jackson, there's just been a blanket, can't do it.
Well, but the interesting thing is,
Because they're making the biopic.
That's right. In that episode, they sort of said, we've just got to get to a place where we can hold all the weird truths at the same time. And they sort of said, I can't fight it. Those songs come on and I'm just taken away by those songs and I'm a kid again. But for me, actually, I'm not genuinely. The songs come on and I do think about Finding Neverland and I can't switch it off. If you've watched Finding Neverland. I was at a party when someone put on
Billie Jean, Got to Be Starting Something.
No, it was
Don't
one of them
Stop.
more Dirty Diana.
Oh.
Yeah, but it actually, I was really conscious of it, and so I'm not at that point where it.
Same.
Yeah,
I
that doco was
hectic. I don't think you can see that doco and hear his music the same ever again.
I believe them.
And sometimes when someone says it does, I don't reckon they've seen it. I don't know anyone who could have seen that and then go back to. But then I think about all the incredible people that worked on those albums, the musicians, there's so many people behind this. It's not just his music.
I think my philosophical position is that we do have to separate the art and the artist, but in that particular instance, I haven't yet been able to.
It's a bit we've basically just done it. All right, well, coming up in the sealed section, we will be discussing Kate Middleton because somebody's changed his stance. You said to me in a text,
Well,
changed
yeah,
his stance. Don't save it. Save it.
Refined,
There has been some wild Kate Middleton speculation going on. We've had insiders contact us. We cannot reveal what they said, but we've had somebody very close to the royal family's PR give us what they believe is going on. We will not be divulging, but I cannot believe the levels and how unserious America is about it. Because the shit the Americans are saying and doing around Kate Middleton is the British would never. Look at him, his neck's collapsing. Okay, well, let's move into the sealed section. Thanks for being here. If you want to hear what we have to say about Kate Middleton, why not subscribe to Emsolation Extra? It's only $2 a week. We're totally worth it. You notice how we're ad-free? I'm trying to keep it that way. So keep us going. Keep the lights on, please. Okay, bye, everyone. Oh, we have to talk to the F1 this week. Got to talk about how I'm going to the F1 this weekend.
God.
Oh, my God. We'll save that for sealed section.
Thank
Don't
God.
worry.
Thank God. There's still a chance.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
To enjoy today's sealed section of Emsolation, upgrade your experience and join the Extra family with our premium service, Emsolation Extra. You get 2 bonus episodes direct to your favourite podcast app every week in an exclusive feed, as well as an Ask Me Anything where Em and Michael answer your questions. There's over 70 other episodes awaiting you already, plus you'll also get Instagram close friends access, ticket pre-sales, merch discounts, and heaps more. Help Em keep this independent neurodivergent business alive by supporting us for less than $2 a week on our yearly plan or less than $2.50 a week on our monthly plan. Just sign up at emsolation.supercast.com now. Emsolation is recorded at Down the Hill Studios, hosted by Em Rossiano with Michael Lucas. Executive produced by Benjamin Wasley, produced by Em Rossiano. Edited by Ezekiel Fenn and videos by James Henderson. Socials by Benjamin Wasley, Em Rossiano and Marcella Rossiano Barrow, with assistance from Jem Evans and Isabella Hines. Follow us on Instagram at Emsolation Podcast, or you'll find a link in our bio so you can sign up for our weekly newsletter, join other Emsolators at the Emsolation Group on Facebook, follow our YouTube and TikTok channels, and so much more. Help us out by sharing Emsolation with your friends, give us a 5-star rating, and make sure you're following us by hitting the follow button on your favourite podcast app. Thanks for listening and or watching this week's episode, and we can't wait to chat with you again soon.